Federal Executive Council has granted approvals for the commencement of investment into 66 projects by the Ministry of Power, Works and Housing. The Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, while speaking at the end of the council meeting, said the approvals by the Ministry of Power, Works and Housing, as obtained from the Federal Executive Council, cover roads as well as housing projects. State House correspondent Ayobami Bashe reports.
Presiding over the last Federal Executive Council meeting of the month of January is President Muhammadu Buhari, fresh from his return from the African Union Summit in Ethiopia. Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, speaking to newsmen after the meeting, which lasted several hours, said there was a total of 66 approvals, which will cover roads as well as housing projects, particularly the Federal Secretariat.
Presented to Council today was to, as it were, account for approvals that the Ministry of Power, Works and Housing had obtained from the Federal Executive Council and the status of progress with regards to those approvals. In total, there were 66 approvals. They covered roads, they covered TCM projects, and they also covered some housing projects, particularly federal secretariats.
While the Minister of Finance presented two memos on behalf of the Nigeria Customs Service for the purchase of 50 operational vehicles that are going to be deployed for anti-smuggling and anti-rice smuggling task force that is being put together, which the Customs Service will be leading.
The second approval was for the purchase of 50 operational vehicles that are going to be deployed for an anti-smuggling or anti-rice smuggling task force that is being put together, which the Customs will be leading. As you know, our efforts to become a major rice producer has resulted in a revival of local rice growing. But what we've found is, whilst 90%, there's been a 90% reduction in the official import of rice, smuggling has increased. And of course, our borders are very, very porous. Now, we believe that to protect our farmers and to protect the investment that people have made and gone back to the farms, government must really act to stem the tide of illegal rice importation via smuggling.
She further stated that farmers must be protected so as to protect the investment of people that have gone back to agriculture and farming. She said government must stem the tide of illegal rice importation and rice smuggling if those who have invested in local production must remain in business. From the Presidential Villa Abuja, Ayobami Bashe reporting for Call TV News.